The U.S. military has nearly met its growth target for the Afghan forces, but they are nowhere near ready to assume control of the country. No Afghan army battalion is capable of operating without U.S. advisors. Many policemen spend more time shaking down people for bribes than patrolling. Frontline units often do not receive the fuel, food and spare parts they need to function. Intelligence, aviation and medical services remain embryonic. And perhaps most alarming, an increasing number of Afghan soldiers and policemen are turning their weapons on their U.S. and NATO partners. As thank you for trying verbose, this recording will go away once the product has been purchased. The consequence, several U.S. officers and civilian specialists who have worked with those forces have started to question the wisdom of the $352,000 goal. To them, the obsession with size has been at the root of much that has gone wrong with the Afghan security services. "We've built a force that's simply too big," said Roger Carstens, the former Special Forces Lieutenant Colonel who spent 2 years as a senior counterinsurgency advisor at the NATO headquarters in Kabul. "When you try to generate that many people that fast, you create leaders without the requisite leadership, maturity or thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Acumen to get the job done. You can't meaningfully vet anyone. You can't ensure morale and discipline." More than a dozen active duty officers, from majors to generals, who have been involved in training the Afghan army and police over the past 2 years shared that assessment in recent interviews, upon which this article is based. Most spoke on the condition of anonymity, because of concern that criticizing long-held U.S. strategy could harm their careers. "We have been obsessed with quantity over quality," said a Special Forces major who worked alongside Afghan soldiers for a thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Year. You can only build so many troops to a certain standard. At some point, and we're long past that, you get to diminishing returns. Top military commanders have maintained that such a large force is essential to defeating the Taliban and securing the vast, mountainous country. In 2009, when the White House approved plans to build a combined Afghan force of more than 300,000, the principal concern in Washington was the cost to sustain it once most U.S. troops depart, not the ability to assemble it. The sustainment cost is now thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Projected at $4.1 billion a year, more than twice the Afghan government's overall annual revenue. Much of that price tag will have to be borne by the United States, which already has spent almost $50 billion over the past decade to build the force. U.S. and NATO commanders say the Afghan army and police are progressing well despite an array of challenges that include Taliban intimidation, the lack of an existing officer corps, and rampant illiteracy, which makes it difficult to train soldiers in specialty skills.